Hey guys, it is Wednesday morning here, and it's kind of early, so I figured I'd go over to the Fresh Go. I'm not gonna do Uber today, because, I don't know, give myself a bit of a break, but I wanted to do early morning stuff, so I looked for some deals. They had some, like, decent stuff, like, deals-wise, but I didn't want to buy any, like, I don't know, sweets, because, yeah, you know, I already got enough of a gut. But yeah, not much in the way of meat on sale. Kinda looks like they haven't faced up the store in a bit. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really find anything too good deals wise. I did buy some pizza. I'm gonna eat that. But yeah, mostly it's just kind of empty in here. I guess it's kind of early. It's like 8:30ish. Probably 8. Kind of thought about getting some kielbasa, but it was like Polish sausage, not the turkey one. I really like the turkey one, but I'm like $7.50. Yeah. No. So instead, I got my pizza and yeah, gonna eat that while watching the Switch 2 Direct. Yeah. Yeah, some kneeling chairs somebody's tossing out. I looked at some parts of them and they were all like torn up in the back, or like I guess you'd rest your chest on it. I thought about reupholstering them for a brief second there, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get into reupholstering furniture. Probably not though. So yeah, the walk back, pretty uneventful. Cooked up that pizza, and I'm watching along with the Giant Bomb guys as they watch and react to the Switch 2 Direct. They opened up with Mario Kart. This is Mario Kart World, and it looked pretty cool. I was like, what are they really gonna do to change up Mario Kart though, you know? Well, it turns out they're adding grinding on rails, ooh, and wall riding. That's nice. This cow on a little motorbike. It looked like the Honda Moto Combo. Oh yeah, love that. And now there's like outfits or something? Ooh. Yeah, Princess Peach in a bomber jacket. Looking very cool. So yeah, apparently this is also like gonna be an open world game. You can like freely roam around and I guess drive around with your pals online. So that's kind of neat. Like, yeah, alright. Then they showed off this Switch 2 camera. They've got like their own version of Discord built into the Switch 2 now. That looks alright. You know, the camera is a separate purchase, which makes sense. You know, don't make everybody buy a web camera. Because, I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the Xbox 360. And oh yeah, the welcome tour is like looks like a little museum where you can explore the Switch 2 and like learn all about its features. Very similar to the lab in Steam VR. You could give you like a little free game that you could do some archery and some other mini games and stuff. Or like with the PS5, how it came with an Astrobot game that you could donk around with. But, yeah. Everyone is surprised when, at the end of showing this, they're like, yeah, that's a separate paid purchase. It's like, for this? Like, these shitty, like, mini games, you're gonna charge people for that? Like, you know, it is kind of like, you buy the system, you think you'd get, like, a little bit of software for free, especially if it's just, like, tech demo-y stuff. Well, they didn't say how much it was gonna cost. Maybe if it's $5 or something, but I have a feeling it's not going to be $5 based on how the rest of the show goes. And yeah, they showed off the Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games, which are going to cost extra. In some cases, like Mario Jamboree, they're adding mini games that like take advantage of the Joy-Cons being in like mouse mode. Or if you have the Switch 2 camera, it'll like put you in the game, and that's kind of fun. Yeah, sure, why not? So that like kind of makes sense that they're gonna charge extra. Again, they didn't show the price in the thing, but people are assuming it's gonna be $10 to $20, which if there's enough content, it could be worth it. And then they showed off some Zelda, which has higher frame rates and better resolutions, even HDR support, which is all nice. But like you kind of expect that from like just having better hardware. And then the extra content, I guess, is the Zelda Notes, which is an app on your phone that like helps you navigate to stuff. Kind of seems really dumb. Like the whole point of the game is to explore and like go on an adventure or like a journey. Like you're adding Google Maps. I don't know about that. Look at your phone. I guess being able to share your vehicles from Tears of the Kingdom with QR codes is kind of a nice feature, but like I'm not gonna pay for that. So hopefully you just put in the game and like it'll just run better from just being on better hardware. But otherwise, like if you gotta pay for that, like it's a bit of a ripoff for Zelda. And then Kirby, the Forgotten Lands. It's like also the same thing of like better performance, but there's a star-crossed world. And again, like it looks like new content is getting added, so that could be worth an upgrade, in my mind. But yeah, so far I'm a little bit like, damn guys, you're gonna make people buy this shit, and like, you guys really want that money, huh? So then in the middle of the direct, they showed off some third-party games that are like, you know, already exist on other platforms. You know, they got Elden Ring, hugely popular, makes sense. Everybody likes Elden Ring. It's a cool game. I guess if you only owned a Switch, maybe you'd feel like you're missing out. And then some other shit that I don't really care about. Hades, Street Fighter. I mean, I used to like be really into Street Fighter, and then they could, I don't know why I fell out of love with Street Fighter. I mean, I still like it, it's just like, I'm just not paying for this anymore, guys. I don't know. Hog Farts Legacy canceled. And Tony Hawk, woo! Look at that, Tony, he's hawking. I guess that's a new game. It's gonna come out at the same time. Or who knows when it's gonna come out, really? So yeah, this part of the direct has a little bit like snooze. Bravely Default, you're gonna show that here? This 3DS game? I guess it's a new version. But it is a little bit like, come on guys, let's show us the cool shit. Yeah, Yakuza. It feels like there's a ton of ways to play Yakuza now. Like, I think these are all on Game Pass, or at least they were, so you could play them for pretty cheap there. And, yeah. Finally, what I'm looking forward to, some Zelda news. Yeah, it's gonna be the Hyrule Warriors, I guess, is your Zelda game for the, I don't know, is the next thing in the Zelda brand. Which is, you know, fine. People like these games, I think, but it's just not the same as like going on an adventure or journey. It's just like you go on a big field and press the A button and kill like 100 guys. They're like fun for what they are, but it's not the same. And then they showed the GameCube logo, and I pogged off a little bit for that. Like, hell yeah, GameCube. Emulation is coming to the people who pay for the online pass and the expansion pass, which I guess is like an upgraded subscription tier at this point. But yeah, you know, they've got some of the other generations of consoles that you can also emulate on the Switch 1. So it's nice to see that they're getting to the GameCube now. And yeah, that's fun. I like looking at like whatever they bring as a library. Once I mod my GameCube, I'll like probably look at like what they brought to the Switch 2 as like, you know, I guess they thought that these games were good and important. But the bigger thing to pog off about is a new Nintendo GameCube controller, this wireless Switch 2 controller, Hopefully it's Bluetooth, so it'll probably work on the PC as well, which is pretty nice. The flippy drive that I ordered also has Bluetooth support, so whenever that arrives, hopefully the end of April it's supposed to ship, but maybe it'll work with my real life GameCube. That'd be pretty sick. And one of the nice things is maybe this will lower the price of real GameCube stuff in general, because like used GameCube controllers that are like actual Nintendo controllers can be pretty expensive, or you know, they're probably a little bit broken at this point. There's third-party ones that are pretty cheap, but they're like too cheap. They make them too shitty. So we'll see, guys. Hopefully this is good. Alright, then a new From Software game. This is very much looking like Bloodborne, which was I guess something Sony related or something. Like they've never made a re-release of Bloodborne on other platforms or updates. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe this is kind of like a spiritual successor to Bloodborne. At least that's the vibe that I was getting. Apparently there's some like multiplayer aspect to it that's bothering people. I haven't really looked into it that much, but yeah, the Dusk Bloods, those look cool. You know, generally I play a From Software game for a few hours, maybe more. Like I played a lot of Elden Ring, but I never actually beat it. I kind of get far into the game to where it's like starts getting hard for me, and I'll usually feel satisfied and just stop playing. I'm like, yeah, you probably get to the end and like kill a guy, and then it's like, ah, you were the bad guy the whole time. The world's gonna get destroyed or something. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the vibe I get from the games. Usually it's just like, I don't know, kind of cool to see the stuff that's in here though. Maybe the end is kind of cool too. I've never gotten there. Yeah, a little trailer for Kirby Air Riders. I feel like I played the GameCube Air Riders like once, and it was kind of neat. It was just like a racing game, right? It's kind of interesting that there's just another racing game. I'm not sure when that's coming out, but they were leading off with the kart racer. And yeah, then they're closing off with this Donkey Kong game. Yeah, there was rumors a long time ago that the Mario Odyssey team was working on a Donkey Kong game, and they didn't outright say that, but it kind of looks like that was true. Like, I could believe that the Mario Odyssey people made this. The 3D platform in action. It's like got open world vibes. I'm sure the levels aren't like huge, but looks like they're all contained on like islands kind of thing. And yeah, overall I'm like, yeah, this looks cool. I'm not like the biggest Mario Odyssey 3D platforming fan. I usually like enjoy them for what they are, but I kind of just go through and I'm like, yeah, I guess it's like if you're at an amusement park, it's like always something to punch or smash around every corner, and that's kind of neat. There'll be little gags, I'm sure, but I don't pop off for this like I would if there was like a new proper Zelda, which is what I get. I guess that's like what I was hoping for, a new proper Zelda. Even though like the last proper Zelda came out pretty recently, so it's you know, you gotta give these guys time. And yeah, that looks fine. Coming out mid-July, so a month and a bit after the Switch 2 comes out. And they didn't show the actual price until the website, so the Switch 2 on its own is going to be 630 Canadian dollars. That's a big oof for me, dude. The Switch with a digital download of Mario Kart World is going to be 700 Canadian dollars. That's a bigger oof to me, dudes. I don't know, guys. People are saying that Switch 2 games are going to cost like 80 or 70 US dollars, so it's a bit of a price increase for them. And in Canada, it's going to be even more. It's going to be like over $100 for a game, which I paid over $100 for Tears of the Kingdom. That was like the one Switch 1 game that costed 90 Canadian dollars, so after tax, it came to a bit over 100. And I don't regret that because Tears of the Kingdom was a ballin' ass game. Like I got this trailer so I could talk about Tears of the Kingdom, and I realized I never actually watched this trailer because I was avoiding spoilers. And later in the trailer, I'm like, damn, Tears of the Kingdom is fucking sick, guys. I gotta go play that. And yeah. So there's just been a lot of online discussion about game pricing and stuff. In general, I don't feel like games should have to stick to 60 US dollars, and then that like gets turned to 70 in Canada nowadays. Or 80 even. Because, like, really, it should just be the game is worth what people want to pay, kind of thing. It's just like the problem is Nintendo never really lowers the price of their older stuff. So it's like, I don't know, guys. What I'm trying to say is Tears of the Kingdom was worth it. People are like worried about GTA 6 being over $100. It probably will be, and it's probably going to be worth it if it's like a good enough game. But I don't know. Is Mario Kart going to be worth it? I feel like probably not. Is that Donkey Kong going to be worth it? To me, probably not. Like, I like the wide open adventure and journey that you get from a game like The Legend of Zelda's, especially Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I bought Kingdom Come Deliverance day one because I knew I was going to get a good adventure out of that and feel pretty satisfied with that purchase. But there's a lot of games on my Steam library that I'm like, you know, new they're like $50 or $40, and I'm like, I'll wait for a sale for these because I don't think they're at the same level. So I don't know. Maybe, who knows, maybe they will have a more flexible pricing scheme. Because, like, I don't know, if they made another Yoshi game, is that going to be over $100? Like, I guess if they made it big and cool enough, it could be. But, yeah. As it stands right now, I'm not paying $700 so I can replay Tears of the Kingdom with a better frame rate. Like, I'll just download an emulator if I want to do that, which is what I'm really thinking about now. I'm like, okay, maybe I would have paid like $400 for a new system and like have a better time, but $700, I'm like, nah, dogs, this ain't worth it. So yeah, I looked outside and it was snowing. I was like, what the hell? When did this happen? It wasn't that bad when I was out in the morning. So that's crazy. From then on, I kind of just chilled out and did stuff. At night, it seemed like all the snow has melted and it's raining. And we're getting some nice lightning. So, that's me talking about gaming. Sorry if that's kind of a boring episode, guys, but yeah. Later.